Hello again, everyone. As usual, I'm Buff Bud, and today we are back with another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, last episode, we learned that Sayuri has severe depression, um, and then we ended up making a banner and some other supplies with Yuri, and that's basically where we left off. Now, I wanted to start the episode here because we haven't checked this out since like episode 1. But we have gotten quite a bit of new stuff lately. So, in side stories, we do have part 1 for Trust and Understanding. I'm assuming parts 2 of each of them will unlock afterwards, after doing each of these. I'm assuming. Let's see. Files. Okay, this just opens the actual file folder. Mail. We have not gotten any new mail yet. I'm wondering when this will come and play a part. Pictures, though. We got quite a bit of new stuff here. So we got just the normal wallpapers. And then we got all of their poems that they've wrote for us. And then down here we got all these special little things for everyone. Secrets. I'm very curious about all these, though. Then we got all the different backgrounds so far. And sketches. This is where things actually get interesting. Let's see. Um, oh, yeah, actually, this one we just got. So this is art of Sayuri and Monica drawn because we chose Monica and Sayuri before choosing Natsuki or Yuri for the plans. Then this is the kind of sketch art for that one panel. You guys obviously know which one it is. This is some uh, where is it? Yeah, initial character design for Sayuri. And then this one is let's see, different hairstyles for Sayuri. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then we do have a bunch of different music here. Obviously, I'm not going to go through and play it all because that's a long time for all of them together. But yeah, so we got a bunch of different music. In fact, this one we just got last episode. So there's that. I don't remember when we got this one though. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, let's actually get into the real game now. Alright. And this episode is going to be something else. Let's just leave it there. Obviously, anyone who has played this game or seen my previous playthrough, you know exactly what's going to happen. But, yeah. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we could do this again. Whenever you want. You could come over, or we could go out somewhere. Oh, I forgot. You don't like going out much. I stumble over my words. Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, bud. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to, as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayuri? Huh? Ah, hi, bud. Sayuri, just now we weren't... It's okay, bud. I just stopped by to say hi. Um, well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Aw, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course, Sayuri beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Oof. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayuri waves goodbye after her. Sayuri, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come over here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayuri's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, bud? I'm supposed to be happy for you. Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayuri, don't say that. It's true, bud. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica? Monica was right about what? Sayuri, what I said before is true. I'm not gonna let this continue. Caring about you like this no, hold on a sec. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayuri looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, bud. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayuri? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayuri. It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Bud. I like you so much that I want to die. That's how I feel. And... That's enough, Sayuri. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayuri's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said that I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayuri nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now, and that's what I'm going to give to you. Ooh. Yeah, we're saving. Granted, I don't think this choice actually matters at all. Okay, so she likes me more than I like her. So by doing this, I could reassure her, but at the same time, I might just, you know, make her feel like I'm toying with her feelings. But at the same time, mentioning friend is just like the ultimate friend zone. It's just like, boom, heart shattered. Whatever. It doesn't matter in the end anyway. I love you. Huh? Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. I should have realized it sooner, but spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens, as long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side. Then I know we'll both be happy. But... Suddenly, Sayuri wraps her arms tightly around me. Bud, is this really okay? Yeah. I hold Sayuri in my arms and pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me again. No, the back of his head almost looks like a character from one of my comics. That's weird. Anyway. I love you, bud. I want to be with you forever. Me too. I feel Sayuri's grip around me weaken a little bit. What is this? Sayuri? I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? Even now? Why won't the rain clouds go away? They're not going away at all, bud. It's okay, Sayuri. It might take some time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters right now. Okay. I trust you. Sayuri and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first date, huh? What are you saying? I don't want to think about those things, you know? I want everything to be the same as it always has been. Even if we really are, even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I could handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me. I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best. Hey, bud. Siri gazes at me once again, smiling sadly. Oh, there's the first yawn. So I do actually have a doctor's appointment next week to hopefully, at the very least, figure out why I'm yawning so much. If not, get stuff set up to get some kind of surgery done on my sinuses, if no necessary. So hopefully this won't be happening too much longer. I really do apologize, but I'm biting the bullet and I'm going to see a doctor. It's gonna cost me a mint, but I'm gonna have to do it. Even if I get really, really sad, this is the best thing for me, right? Huh. I don't really understand what Sayuri means by that. Are you saying that this is making you feel sad, Sayuri? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. I feel it felt like a bunch of thorns when you told me you love me, but that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best for me. Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayuri. See, normally, everything would be perfectly fine, but, someone or something has, their fingers deep in, Sayuri to, convince her not to be happy. Wink, 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 wink. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayuri's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more, or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. Is that what Sayuri meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know. But I know that I'll give it everything I've got. Sayuri is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayuri. But Sayuri isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event could be nearly complete. Should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayuri and Yuri at the festival. Two-timer. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will go great too. Be great too. Bud, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared to have all the poems that we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. Once again, I sincerely apologize about my yawning. Number one, I am recording this kind of early in the morning, but I mean, that's not really an excuse. Obviously, you guys can probably hear it in my nasally voice. I still cannot properly breathe, so yeah, I really do apologize about that. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayuri with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayuri told me yesterday, and I suddenly feel awful, knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little responsibility for her, bud. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. Ooh. Gee, I wonder how she knows about that. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know? Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on bringing it up with anyone yet. Jeez, you don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Huh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Sometimes, something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognized Nisuki and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayuri's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Ooh. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head! Get out before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Ooh. 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 What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Bud? What's wrong? Uh, Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayuri's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayuri, so... Ah, well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself, Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayuri. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her, or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they've always been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give to her. Oh my god. I'm gonna do my best to edit out any possible yawns, but I know some of them are gonna still make it through. I apologize. I reach Sayuri's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer, since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayuri? If anyone is... You know what? Here. There you go. She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayuri's room, I knock on her door. Sayuri! Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. What the heck? What the heck? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayuri wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppress the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayuri I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best, and that everything will be okay. Why? Why would she do this? How can I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her. I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayuri needed at all. She even told me how painful it was for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her and make her feel even worse? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and remained friends with her like it always has been, then I could have prevented this. How could I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club, screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. If I only had one chance. I only had one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 And that's the end of the game! Alright, time to end the episode. No, I'm just kidding. Ah, there you go. Yep. So that's the thing now. I can still load the game. Interesting. You know, I'm very curious to actually see what happens if I do choose, being the friend. I'm very curious. Although, actually... Please tell me that's not actually a picture here. Hold up. Is Sayori's Get Out of My Head poem not an actual thing? Hold up. Oh, it doesn't look like it. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so... Okay, so that's a new one. That's it? Really? Okay, whatever. And then music. Nice. Nice. Okay, well, let's get back into the game, shall we? Oh, boy. Playing through this the first time, that moment... Oh my god, it was the worst moment ever. I was so shook. And then coming here again! Oh, boy. But yeah, oh, I just got an achievement. Start a new game. Okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and a good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's gonna chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk to let catch up to me. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. Yep, that's where this game is going. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that, but I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Bud? Monica? Oh my goodness! I totally didn't expect to see you here! Didn't you, though? It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... What did you come in here for, anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard for us to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I could see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of the members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Ugh! I hate the way she gets her sticky fingers into everything. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monika say she? Hey, bud. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monika? Monika. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome! You're really sweet, bud, you know that? Don't talk to me. It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the material some other time. You're more important. Oh, she's really laying it on thick now, isn't she? And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul to Monika and her irresistible smile. I dejectedly follow Monika across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit. Monika, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a new guest with me. Huh? A guest? Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, bud. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monika's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Bud in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monika! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know... Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great! Why don't you come sit down, bud? The girls have a few desks ranged around to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Monika and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monika. Ugh. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. I mean, there was one, but, she never existed. So, yeah. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Ugh. Oh my god! Everything she's talking about in hindsight. Oh my god, starting something brand new? A new world, a new game? Oh my god! Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these two. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Oh, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Bud, what kind of things do you like to read? Well... Considering how little I've read these past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I quietly mutter to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. You ever read JoJo's? Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke out without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story is in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Okay, I know she's not in on this, but dang! The creator of this game, holy crud! Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have a conversation with a rock. I expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Ah, not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this? Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I mean, I thought it was a good idea. Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for us to, wow. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like we have a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, bud? Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Huh? The girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, bud. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4, and I've been trying really hard to find new members. If we don't find one before find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting anyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls... Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, bud? Yeah, it could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment. I mean, if you really just left after all this, I'd be super pissed. But I'm super happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Oh, please don't. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. But I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait! Ugh. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh. Okay. A dream. I was staying over at my friend's place. There were 4 of us. I drifted off to sleep while everyone was talking and watching TV. In my dream, I was still at my friend's house. The only difference was there were nails sticking out of the walls everywhere, and there was also someone I didn't recognize. The person I didn't recognize told a joke, and everyone laughed. I woke up to the sound of everyone laughing at something that happened on TV. So the laughing was not part of the dream. It was the noise that woke me up. I wonder who that person was, and how they knew to tell a joke at that moment. What? Okay. Anyway, we are gonna stop the episode here. Oh! All my saves are gone. Oh! Huh. Well then. Looks like I'm gonna have to go through, the first part, and we're gonna have to actually replay everything in the beginning again. That's gonna suck. Okay, well, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, now that we are, in a new world, I guess, so to speak, we are gonna have to end the episode there, and next time we will pick up with, writing a new poem. I'm not really sure who we're gonna write it for, honestly. I know, last time we wrote it for Yuri, last season, I should say. I think this time we'll just click around randomly and see which one we'll get, and basically go from there. I'll just, like, click randomly, and if we have one more for Nitsuki over Yuri, then we'll go Nitsuki's route, and vice versa for Yuri. That seems like a good route to go. So yeah, but anyway, like I said, that is going to have to be it for this episode. If you guys did enjoy, then please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Thank you, and have a great day then. Goodbye.